Okay. We're live?
Yep.
Okay, I'd like to call the Town of Pierson regular council meeting to order for Tuesday, February the 18th at 6:30 p.m. Yvonne, would you do the roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Mayor Gray Leonard,
Here.
Vice Mayor Robert Greenland,
Here.
Councilman Jimmy Anderson,
Here.
Councilwoman Winnie Richardson,
Here.
Town Attorney Scott Simpson,
Here.
Town Planner Mark Pratt,
Here.
and I am present.
Okay. Lenny, would you please lead us in the invocation?
Yes, sir.
Thank
Let us pray. Dear Lord, I want to come to you in great thanks for this beautiful day you have bestowed upon our community. Dear Lord, I ask you to please always continually bless our citizens and all that may pass through her. Dear Lord, I want to give great thanks to you for everyone that is involved with the inner workings of our town. We are so blessed. Dear Lord, I ask that you guide and inspire us to make the right decisions tonight as our town grow whole. I ask these things in your great name. Amen.
Amen. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, the next item is item number 4, approval of minutes from our last regular meeting on February the 4th, 2025. Has everybody had an opportunity to review those? If so, Mayor would entertain a motion for approval.
Move to approve minutes from February 4th, 2025.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Lenny Richardson to approve the minutes from February the 4th, 2025, seconded by Vice Mayor Robert F. Greenland. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
So carried. Number 5, new business. I'd like to introduce Nancy Miller, our mayor from Daytona Beach Shores. She's here to represent the League of Cities, Volusia League of Cities, and we're pleased to have you here, Nancy.
I'm honored to be here. Is this on?
It's not working.
Okay, I have a loud voice.
It's good.
We're good.
Go ahead.
It's
So
all
Mayor,
good.
Vice Mayor, Council, I'm honored to be here today. So the purpose of me coming as President of Florida League of Mayors, so we have 411 mayors in the state of Florida that I'm honored to be the president of. This is the first time ever we've had a president from Volusia County. It's normally a lot bigger counties, but I'm honored to do that, to represent Volusia County. So on behalf of the Florida League of Mayors, I want to welcome Mayor Leonard.
Thank you.
We are honored to have you as part of our organization. But another thing that I want to talk about is how you have stepped right in and immersed yourself with us, so the Florida League of Cities. And we have a roundtable of elected officials, and Mayor Gray has been there every single month that we've had meetings. I hope that they've been informative for you.
They have.
He's added a lot to our meetings, so that's only my purpose today, just to tell you about the Volusia League of Cities. We advocate on your behalf. If there's anything we can ever do for you, we're always there for you. I'm just here to say welcome to Mayor Leonard, and it's an honor to be here today in this beautiful building. I learned a little bit about the history and who went to school here and whose grandfather and everything, so I can tell it's really a close town, and I love the hardwood floors. So tomorrow morning, if a section's missing,
Okay.
come after.
We'll know where it went.
I want to thank each and every one of you. It is not easy to step up to the plate, and sometimes you take a lot of slack for that. So thank you very, very much for your service. First of all, to the town of Pierson, and then to Volusia County. We greatly appreciate it. So thank you again.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you, Nancy. And I want to thank you for welcoming me into the League of Cities meetings over at Daytona, and for being there anytime I've called on you.
Oh, we're always here for you.
And I thank you very much. We really appreciate you being here, and enjoy the rest of the meeting.
Great. I think we're going to take off.
Well, that'll be fine. You got a long,
My husband's hip's been bothering him.
you have a long drive ahead of you,
Yeah,
so
right.
all I can say is be careful going home, and we loved having you.
Oh, thank you
Yeah,
so much,
thanks for
Yvonne.
coming.
Thank you very much for your graciousness. I called her a couple of times, and I said, I'm so glad I called that.
All right, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Be safe going home.
Thank you.
Okay, next item is 5B, T.D. Witt Taylor Middle High School emailing regarding the annual Jimmy Sal member memorial scholarship, and that's going to be our town clerk, Yvonne Braddock.
All right, we do this every year, so they basically contacted me to find out the amount we're gonna do the scholarship for, and if the mayor would graciously hand out the check at the ceremony, so that's why I put it on the agenda.
What did we give last year, do you remember?
300.
I'd like to recommend to the council that we do the same thing, but
Yes,
I just need-
you want to make that in form of a motion?
yes, I'd like to, make a motion that we approve, the amount of $300 for the Jimmy F. Sal Memorial Scholarship.
Is there a second? Motion is made by Councilwoman, Lenny Richardson, seconded by Jimmy Anderson. All those in favor say aye. Had a little memory lapse there, I guess. So carried. I would also like to make sure that we inform the mayor, former mayor Jimmy Sal's wife, Pat, when we get ready to do this. So if she wants to attend, she'll be able to, and also their daughter Melanie.
I just want to bring up, I would make it James.
Yeah, it
F.
is.
Sal, not
Yeah,
Jimmy.
yeah,
They
James,
just-
yeah.
It's just when Jessica called, she referred to him as Jimmy. but
Right,
yeah,
we
okay,
write it out
yeah,
to
I
James.
Is
would
it,
just make-
is
yeah.
James F. Sal?
James F. Sal,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what.
yeah. But I just
Although
want,
he was Jimmy to everybody.
he was,
Was,
yeah.
yeah,
Didn't-
but, yeah.
Formally
Mayor
James F. Sal.
yeah.
And I just want to make sure that Pat and Melanie are aware of it anyhow, if they can make it. All right, any other comment on that by anybody? Okay, moving on. Item number 5C, this is a Surety Bank CD renewal. It was supposed to be on Ryan. Do you have the info on that, Yvonne? Okay.
Okay, Ryan talked to Vanessa last Thursday at Surety Bank, and she basically said that they're coming up and that Surety Bank is offering 2.0% on 6 months or 2.5 on 24 months. So we just need to know, do you want to pull the money out, do you want to put it back in, do you want it for 6, do you want it for 24 months?
I think we need to keep it short term, just in case something arises.
Correct.
So keep it at the 6 months?
Yeah, you never know what emergency is liable to come up.
Absolutely.
Correct.
And I would definitely keep it at a short term, 6 months.
Yeah.
All 3 of them?
I
I
would,
think so.
yes,
Yep, okay.
yeah.
I just need a motion and a second.
I make a motion that we keep the Surety Bank CDs at 6 month rate, or 6 month period, at a rate of 2%.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion is made by Vice Mayor Robert F. Cleveland to keep our 6-month CDs with Surety Bank at the current rate, seconded by Councilwoman Lenny Richardson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So carried. Okay, resolution, item number 5D, resolution 2025-02, and it has to do with adopting new fee schedules for our building permits, and also that's going to be Yvonne.
I don't know if Scott wants
You want me
to
to read it?
read the
Okay.
top part.
Sure.
I think we can
Okay.
just read the
Title.
title.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Resolution number 2025-02 by title only, for first and only reading. A resolution of the Town Council of the Town of Pierson, Florida, a municipal corporation, adopting new fee schedules for business, building permits and mobile home permits, electrical permits, plumbing and gas permits, mechanical permits, swimming pool permits, and planning and zoning applications, providing for conflict and providing an effective date.
Thank you very much, Scott. Have y'all had a chance to look at this? I mean, I looked it over fairly closely.
Yeah, and Mark might can kind of give us a little.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Mark, do you have anything you wanna add on this, Mark, or tell us about it?
Well, I know that Ryan went over the building permit fees with Universal in order to ensure that they were set at a cost recovery, so
Right.
that taxpayers So we probably haven't had enough experience with all the planning and zoning fees, for example, with site plans and that sort of stuff, to understand whether they are in and of themselves structured for cost recovery. But this will allow for the applicants to pay our fees to get passed on to them. So while the established fees for these may not, be structured to recover the cost, they're agreeing as part of the application process to pay those costs, and they'll get billed. That's right.
Okay.
In the beginning of the resolution.
We added language at the top of each permit fee, just to make it clear that they have to pay the actual cost of legal, engineering, or other consultant review fees, which include planning. And that as we incur the fees, they may have incurred fees, and then they come in for another permit they gotta get through the process. They don't get that permit unless they pay the fees they've incurred prior to that. And if the last thing is a certificate of occupancy, they don't get the certificate of occupancy unless they pay the fees.
Yeah, they don't get the CO unless they're paid
Right.
up.
So that's kinda like the fallback position if there's,
I
but,
can't remember, excuse me, the amount of money that Ryan said we ate, last year on not having these fees implemented. It was in excess of 10,000,
Yes.
wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a considerable amount of money that that the rest of the taxpayers in town basically were having to cover
Yeah.
because we didn't have our fee structure was not set like it should have been.
yeah, it was significantly more than 10.
Yeah.
For some reason, 30 sits in my mind, but that could be,
You're correct.
it was in the 30s?
It was like 31,900 and some.
Wow.
How much was it?
Like
This is long.
31,900 and some.
Long.
This is long overdue.
It is,
Oh,
it
it's
is.
very.
We need to definitely adopt this.
Yeah, I mean, I just want everybody just to pay the costs that,
Correct.
that are incurred and not pass it on to the other taxpayers in the town.
And this, I think a lot of cities are starting to do this. I know in Holly Hill, we are currently arguing with a developer who is coming in to do a plan, rezoning for townhouse community. It's a little different because he needed to use our land and our retention pond, the city's land, city's retention pond for the development. But the city's saying, unless you pay the attorney's fees that we had to incur to do this, we're not going forward with it, so see how that goes.
Fight for 'em.
Yeah.
Is there any more discussion on this? Okay. Yvonne, would you do a roll call vote, please, on resolution number 2025-02? I thought we had a second.
We don't have a motion.
We don't, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I thought we
we're
did.
talking, Yeah.
Okay, is there a motion to, incorporate
I
resolution
move to
2025-02?
Resolution number 2025-02.
Okay, is there a second in that? Motion's made by Councilwoman Lenny Richardson to adopt resolution number 2025-02, seconded by Councilmember James Anderson. Would you do a roll call vote, please, Yvonne?
Councilwoman Lenny Richardson,
Yes.
Councilman Jimmy Anderson,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Robert Greenland,
Yes.
Mayor Gray Leonard.
Yes. Let it show there was a roll call vote. It passed unanimously. All members present voted yes. Thank you very much. All right. Moving on to item number 6, old business. Do any of you guys have any old business you'd like to bring up? I've got something, but I'll yield to you guys first. Lenny, no? Jimmy Anderson, do you have anything? Oh,
Nothing
okay.
major right now.
Bobby?
No, sir.
The only thing I'd like to bring up at this time is, Mark, do you know the status on our, culvert repair on Washington Avenue, where we're at on that or anything? And how about and in that same thing, our elevation study?
Reason why I'm hesitating is I text Todd Bush.
Okay.
Just a few moments ago, and I see that he responded to me, so let me see what he had to say.
Okay, take your time.
he does not have, the elevations yet. So I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to get a surveyor
Okay.
out there. I'll talk to, you know, I know we've used Eford in the past, and he has been slow. He's certainly a good surveyor, but there are other options out there. I'll try to get somebody to.
Okay, that would be good, because I'd like to see if we could get that thing repaired one way or the other as soon as we can. It's getting in really bad shape. All right, thank you very much. The only other old business I'd like to discuss is, we're making good progress on our new flagpole. I think they've got I found out just a while ago, we have the base in the ground, and it's getting ready to roll, so I think once all that concrete's totally cured, maybe in a week or so, we'll have a new flagpole up, and I'm looking forward to that.
That'll be good. It was needed.
Yes, it was. Anybody have anything else?
One thing I was trying to look up is looking at the charter, and maybe y'all know, I didn't know if you needed to excuse the absence of the commissioner who's out sick. Because sometimes charters say if you have so many consecutive unexcused absences, you forfeit your seat. I don't know if that's in y'all's charter. I was just trying to look and see.
Yeah,
We've never done that.
Okay.
No.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's possible it may be in the charter. I think there is something about absences, but I don't remember exactly what it is. But when one of our members has been out due to an illness, we've never pursued that. Let me just say that.
All right.
Okay, item number item number 8, good and welfare. Is there anybody in the audience that has anything they'd like to add or ask or bring up? No? Item number 9, I want to announce some events coming up, Pierson events. The Pierson Saddle Club, number 5 Buckle Series Poles and Barrels is on Saturday, March the 1st, 2025 at 11 a.m. Northwest Volusia Little League Opening Day Festival is on Saturday, March the 8th, 2025 at 10 a.m. I would like to encourage, if you can, everybody that's on the council to try to attend that, and all the folks in the audience. They come, they'll get to watch me throw out the first pitch. I don't even know if I can even throw it to the catcher, so I'm going to try. And number 9C, we have a Pierson Vendor Market that's going to happen on Saturday, March the 15th, 2025 from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. And then we have another Saddle Club event near the end of the month on March the 29th, 2025 at 11 a.m. And I'd like to make everybody aware of the following meeting schedules and dates. The next regular scheduled council meeting will be on Tuesday, March the 4th, 2025 at 6:30, and then again on Tuesday, March the 18th at 2025 at 6:30. And we have a planning commission meeting on Tuesday, February the 25th at 6 p.m. Does anyone have any other business they would like to bring up at this time before we adjourn? Bobby?
I just want to bring something up. Charles Gay called me last night or yesterday evening late and said an oak tree had fallen across Palmetto Avenue. And so I called Lewis, and he said he went up there immediately and
They took care of it.
got her out of the way.
Good.
But yeah, that's all I've heard since
Okay.
last meeting.
I haven't heard very much either. Jimmy, do you have anything?
No, the boys actually done a pretty good job out there on getting that flagpole ready this morning. They had a pretty good job of getting the concrete that was in the ground out there. Finally, Lewis went over there and grabbed the old backhoe. Didn't know if he'd make it over here with it, but it did. And then he was gonna take it on down to the burn pile. But we do need to get a little bit of work done to that backhoe. If nothing else, it could sit down there at that burn pile, because you gotta have two pieces of equipment when you burn. So if nothing else, it don't have to drive a whole lot. It could stay down there.
What all do you think we need to do to it? You mean to keep it just basically functional?
Well, he got it over here, and when he pulled up, it shut off. So they jumped it off, and I told him if it wouldn't crank back up when he got down there, to get a battery and put in it, just to make sure. But undoubtedly it was, I followed behind them to North Road, and it was running fine.
Do you think maybe that sometimes it's because it sits a long time and we don't crank it? Maybe we ought, if it's down there where the burn pile is, maybe it'll get cranked
Well,
up
it'd
and
be
ran more.
cranked often and push the piles up every
Right.
so often.
At least it'll be
It'll be
used on a regular basis.
But that backhoe's more than done its work for the town. You know,
Yeah.
especially back when we had all them hurricanes.
I think some of these things
We
like
picked up a lot of debris with it, big stumps too.
I think some of these pieces of equipment is something we need to consider when we start talking about our budget for next year too. Just kind of my food for thought. Lenny, do you have anything else that you'd like to add? Okay, last chance. Being no further business, this meeting, oh, I'm sorry, Mark, do you have anything you need to add? I about forgot about you there.
I was gonna just let you go.
Well, that's okay.
As you mentioned, we do have a planning commission meeting next week on the 25th. We will be bringing forward the food truck ordinance for the planning commission to hear and decide if they want to recommend that to you, if they have any changes. So that'll be on next week's agenda. I'll be getting that to your clerks tomorrow or next day.
Okay.
And I'll be here on Thursday to meet with anybody who wants to talk about their land use and zoning in the morning. So,
This Thursday, correct?
Thursday.
Okay.
And water, wastewater status is the same. We're still waiting on clearance on the water.
Any ideas when we'll be able to crank those new wells up?
You know, every prediction has been wrong.
Wrong.
You know, I mean, there's literally nothing to do at this point other than paperwork. You know, everything's done.
Well, I'm sure when we least expect it, one day they'll be online.
Well, hopefully you guys will know it before I report it here, you know?
I hope so, yeah. Anything else?
That's it.
Last chance. Anybody else? Being no further business, the meeting is adjourned.
Said it was gonna be a short.
Have a good night.
sweet meeting.
Thank you, Scott.
Did I lie?
Appreciate it.